Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another character drawing show. My name is Avivah. This is my brother. You want to introduce yourself?
Eddie, aka Freddy, you know?
Eddie, aka Freddie. We are going to be doing our show together for you today. Usually, our show is just little old me, but now we're going to start to introduce some guests to our show. Today will be my brother. You might have seen him on some of our past shows. He's done some other characters with us. And in the future, if you don't live in the Los Angeles area, you are welcome to reach out to me, Avivah at edasnerfamilycenter.org, to see if you'd like to zoom in and join me on the show to draw along with me. Every single week, we do a new character. Eddie, in the past, you've been on our show. Do you remember any characters that you've done here on our show? I know it's been a while.
I don't know.
I know, it's hard to kind of remember to go back. But if you're like Eddie and you don't remember some of the characters that you've done in our past, feel free to go back onto our YouTube or Facebook to check out some of our past characters that we've done. We did Bob's Burgers. We did Timmy Turner recently. We've done plenty of classic cartoons. And that actually leads us into our character we're doing today. We are drawing our friend, Mr. Bugs Bunny. Eddie and I were just talking before the show, and I asked him, "Do you know who Bugs Bunny is?" And tell me what you said. Do you know who Bugs Bunny is? Not really, and that's okay. It's kind of an older cartoon, and what this show is. You don't even need to know the character, like how Eddie said. You don't need to know the character, and it's really just so that you can practice your drawing skills at home. So on that note, all you're going to need for this class is a pencil, a paper, a nice smooth surface, and maybe a friend to draw with. Okay, so we're going to get started drawing Bugs Bunny. Oh, are you going to sneeze? Oh, it passed. Okay. What we're going to do is me and Eddie are going to draw along side by side, drawing our character, and just try and follow along with us. And if we're going a little bit too fast or too slow for you, you can always rewatch the video to try and catch anything that you might have missed. So let's do it. Okay, so let's move up just slightly, Ed, so they can see our design. So bring it up a little bit higher. Perfect. Okay, so here is Mr. Bugs Bunny. Mr. Bunny. We are going to be just drawing his head today. Eddie is going to follow along with me. And the first thing that we're going to do whenever we draw our character is make sure we have a nice center line because our character is looking straight at us. So Eddie, along with me, you're going to take your paper and fold it in half. Like people like to call this hot dog style. Because it's kind of looking like a hot dog bun when we fold it like this. Perfect. And if you'd like, you can also add a little line going down there. Oh, that's fantastic.
Should I put a line?
Yeah. Let's get a little center line going because sometimes it's hard to see if it's just a fold. Oh, and this is also a live show. So if you have something you'd like to say to me or Eddie, feel free to comment below and say hi. Okay, so Eddie, this line is not going to stay there forever. This is really just a way that we can map out our design. And on that note,
that's better.
Oh, smooth, perfect. We're going to get started on our character. And just keep in mind that you do not have to press really hard with your pencil. You can make very light pencil strokes because that might not be the exact line that you're trying to make. Because then you can erase and then go a little bit darker with the line that you're very confident with. So about a little bit towards the bottom here, we're going to make a little oval. So a little oval shape. And this is going to be mapping out his cheeks.
There we go.
A little bean-like shape. So make sure both sides are pretty even like a butterfly, a symmetrical, making sure one side isn't too small or the other side isn't too wide. So you might want to bring out your cheeks to about there.
No, what do you think?
All right, if you're happy with your oval, that is perfectly fine. We are just kind of mapping it out here. And then we are going to make a kind of a volcano shape for the top of his head. So with a curved line, we're making a mark just like this on top of the cheeks here. Great. Perfect. And that's going to be kind of like the sides of the eyes. So we're making them kind of flow out onto the cheeks here. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to come here on the top, and we can see that above these eyes that he has are two like upside down U shapes, and we're going to have them come into the face slightly, and that's kind of like his eyebrows being raised. So we're doing two bumps on the tops of those two volcano lines that we've made there. Almost kind of looking like a frog so far.
It is a frog.
Feel free to make this however you'd like. You can also make a frog if you'd like. Totally up to you. But just for those folks that are here to draw Bugs Bunny, we're going to keep going. So these are our eyebrow lines. And now we can kind of get a little bit more detailed with our cheeks here. So now what we're going to do is right below our oval. So here's the top of our oval here. We're going to go a little bit lower, and we're going to make a very soft triangle. Not too pointy on the edges, just a small little triangle. So look at your paper, and ooh, that's perfect. We are going to make a little tiny upside down triangle. Here's my triangle if you wanted to see. All right.
It's like shaped like a heart.
Yeah, that's so cute. I love that you made your own little creative flair to that. We're going to take the top two corners here and bring them out towards the ends of the cheek. And that's going to be the start of the bunny snout. Just like this. Curving our lines to the side. You want it to kind of smooth over there.
There we go.
Okay, perfect. And you can actually erase the top of that oval part now, because we're not going to need that area. We don't want these extra lines to confuse ourselves. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, whoops. All right, so, yep, get all those little eraser shavings away. Should be perfectly good. Nice. Okay, bring your paper closer in so we can see what you're drawing. Great. Now, let's start darkening our lines. So we're going to darken these side lines that we've made because we're sure that we like these lines now. We're going to keep those side cheeks. We're going to also kind of come in and make these little fluffy marks. And we're going to do that by going out and in with a curve and layering them almost like little melty cheeks. But really, they're just like kind of to show that he's got a furry face. So we're going to do that and making some like J-like hooks for the fluffy cheeks. Oh, Eddie, that's looking great. All right. I'll let you catch up here, and we're going to make the bottom of the mouth. So just following the oval line that we've made, we're just kind of going down to connect towards the middle line, but not getting so close that we're touching it. We're leaving like an inch of space, just like that, leaving some space in between because that's where our neck's going. Yours is looking really great, Eddie. All right, and he's going on. I'll go on too. That's our skinny neck that we've got going on. And, you know, to all of you folks at home, I'd love to hear what your favorite Looney Tunes character is. So if you want to comment below and tell us what your favorite Looney Tunes character is, I'd love to hear it. All right. So now let's keep going. Oh, yeah. So now we're going to do the mouth. And so if you'd like, what'll make it easier is if you'd like, you can turn your paper to the side, and we're actually going to make the number 3. Or actually turn it the other way because I realize the number 3 goes this way. So your neck should be on the right.
Right here.
Here, bring your paper up a little bit closer here so you can see what you're doing. And we're going to make the number 3, starting closer to the nose, going up, and going back up once again, kind of like a little kitty mouth. Or the number 3. All right, and we flip it back around And we end up with a really cute little, they're like the upper lips for the rabbit. Alrighty. We did a great job not connecting them to nose. If you have a line in between, you want to erase that line because it's not connecting to the nose.
Mm-hmm.
And we can make those fantastic teeth that Bugs has. So we're going to come down, and with a kind of diagonal line, we're just going to go like this, bringing our lines down and kind of bringing them slightly closer together as you come down, and then connecting them with a straight line. Let's see, Ed. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. And all we're going to do now is erase these lines underneath so it doesn't look like he's got one long tooth line. And actually, this line...
And the top here.
Oh, yes, if you'd like to.
I have to.
Okay, you'll still slightly see that line as well as you go because it won't perfectly erase. All right, looking good. Mine's looking like sandy cheeks a little bit. We got to add some more ears.
Let's add some whiskers.
Okay, good idea. Let's go with whiskers. We're going to do 3 whiskers, kind of what I'd like to do when it comes to hair-like strokes. We're going to push down with our pencil and let go. Push down with our pencil and let go. Gorgeous! Look at those whiskers. I kind of wish I had whiskers in real life. That'd be really cool. All right, we got some whiskers here. All right.
Unless you're me. Unless you're me.
What do you mean? Do you have whiskers?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you're saying unless you're me, like you wouldn't want whiskers yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they might get in the way when you're eating soup or something. All right, so now we're gonna make our eyes. So we're gonna start close to the nose, starting about like this far away, and we're gonna make almost like a very skinny almond. So going up towards that. Oh, I made mine a little bit too close in. But we're making this like half almond shape for the eyes, going very close up to that brow raise. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. And I love that you've left a little bit of space. Can you actually bring your picture up closer to the camera here? So hold your piece. We're going to bring it closer up to the camera there. I want you to notice how Eddie left a little bit of space here at the top. And even that little line will really add to the expression of Bugs to show that he's kind of got these like overhanging eyebrow skin parts. It just adds to the expression a little bit. We're going to do the same thing that Eddie did by kind of leaving a little bit of space at the top there and doing the same thing to the other side. Here, bring it up closer like that. Gorgeous. Really fantastic, Eddie.
What do you think?
Comment below if you like Eddie's drawing so far. But, you know, something I tell Eddie all the time and all of our folks at the center, it's always important that you like your work. So, Eddie, are you liking your Bugs Bunny? Okay. He nodded. I think that's all that matters, truly. All right. So, now he's got no pupils. Eddie's already has pupils in his. I'm going to do the same thing by adding an oval that's kind of cut off at the bottom here. And I'm just going to color it in. Eddie, feel free to color yours in or leave it, empty. Okay.
Oh, actually, I have to do the same.
Yeah, it's totally up to you. So now we're going to connect these 2 little eyebrow bumps with some spiky hair. And that's going to be his little like fluff on top of his head.
There we go.
Gorgeous. That looks really good. We're going to add like some shark fins in between to show that he's got some fluffy hair on the top. And then we could start with your ears when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready to start the ears, Ed. Oh, look, our mom commented, Nava Paskowitz, also the founder of the center, says her favorite Looney Tunes member is Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew?
Pepe Le Pew is a skunk. Not a little bit of a problematic skunk, but, you know, still a very cute character design. Okay, so now, starting in the middle of the eyebrow bone, we're going to come up and curving our line as we get almost to the top of our page. Bugs has these really long curved ears. Gorgeous. And Eddie made a great way of, here, darken those lines so we can really see. But we're starting curved on one side and then bringing our line slightly in and back out. almost like a boomerang. A very soft boomerang. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. We could start from the inside this time, curving out, slightly in, back out, curving it around, and bringing it back in towards that brow bone. Just like this. And Eddie's already on top of it. We're going to make the same shape that we made for the eyes, bringing one line higher up, starting a little bit lower, leaving some line space, and making that kind of like half almond shape. All right. And there we have it. There's our Bugs Bunny.
And there you have it.
And so if you have any extra lines, you can erase those now. When it comes to characters like this, it's really great now that you have, like, you know, you're drawing to ink over. Here, we can bring it up a little bit closer. You can get a nice inky pen and kind of go over all those lines. I think both of our bugs look really great together. Cousins or friends, we'll never know.
This is your cousin.
They're cousins. All right. So we will see you guys next time for another fun drawing show. I'll see you next time. Oh, and actually, my mom mentioned a really good fact that I totally forgot to. The main reason why I'm doing Bugs Bunny on this show is because, Eddie, our great uncle was actually the voice of Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc, our great uncle, was the voice of Bugs Bunny. It's been a long day. But so we're basically related to Bugs Bunny if you really think about it. Okay, that is going to be our show today. Eddie, thank you for joining me. You've been a great guest host.
No problem.
But once again, if you'd like to zoom in and be on our show, I'd love to hear from you. I'd also really love to hear your suggestions, if you have any, for future characters. I know there's so many cartoons out there that we haven't done that I haven't thought of that I know you have in your mind. So, Eddie, you're also welcome to always throw out a suggestion for future characters. Oh, I'm seeing one. It's just my mom commenting. But Ponyo is a great character that we should do. Characters with very nice, smooth outlines, very minimal details are what we're looking for. All right. We will see you guys next time for another character drawing show.
Okay.
Ba-ba-dum-bum.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.